All the stuff that I have here, they're kind of my favorite things that I made over the past few years. Since I'm going to Norway on Sunday, I just decided that I would go through everything that I have and decide the things that I actually want to take with me to Norway, because there I know that I can actually wear them because it's cold. Well, it's definitely colder than here. I organized everything by category, kinda. The most obvious one that I can start with is socks. Those are the ones that I made last week. We have a house in Norway. In that house, because it's a Norwegian house, we have a lot of socks already. But I've just made them and I'm not leaving them behind. These were designed by Petite Knit. I am obsessed with them. I want to make a million more. I actually made them when I went to Norway last year, and I was making them when we were driving. I wasn't driving, my dad was driving. Like, you have to use 2 or 2.5 millimeter needles. So it takes a long time. It does. But definitely worth it, and I want to make more, and I think I'm going to buy some yarn when I'm in Norway to make another pair. A pair in cream, or maybe a striped version. Almost everything I make is striped. I didn't make a lot of socks for myself. Most of the socks that I made them because, like, as gifts. I made some last Christmas. I think I'm going to make more. I don't know. I feel like it's a great gift. Socks are a great gift. Anyway, I'm moving on to... let's do scarves. I'm gonna start with this one. This one is a scarf that I made last year. It's very, very light, but it's also very, very warm. Granny squares are actually the way that I learned how to crochet. They're not difficult. I love this scarf. I think it's the most beautiful thing in the world. Taking it with me. Second scarf that I have is this one. I did not use a pattern for this one. It's one of the things that I wear the most, just because I love stripes, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. I think this scarf is coming with us too. I'm gonna keep going with the accessories. This is the very, very first balaclava that I did ever. This is again a Petite Knit pattern. This is the November balaclava by Petite Knit. I didn't really know what I was doing. It's not the yarn that the pattern recommends. I did not gauge. I just kind of winged it. I was really into spring breakers at this time, and I decided that I really wanted to have a pink one. For this one, I followed the instructions, and I feel like it's made almost perfectly, but it's also a bit tighter. When it's on my head, sometimes I feel a bit trapped. It doesn't feel that great, but it looks really cute. I like the blue one better, if I'm being completely honest, but also I'm taking both of them. The other thing that I can put on my head, because I actually don't like to wear beanies, I think you call that a bonnet. I think that's what you call it, a bonnet. Like in French, un bonnet is a beanie, but I feel like in English, this is a bonnet. This one, I did not use a pattern. I don't exactly know how. Like, I don't really remember how I made it. I just know that I used scrap yarn that I had. Like, I used three strands of yarn. I wanted something to, like, a very fast thing to make. It only took a few hours. I made it in a day, I think. I'm taking it with me. I feel like I'm going to take everything anyway. Definitely taking my scrunchies with me, because I wear scrunchies almost every day. I feel like I don't have enough scrunchies. That could be a great thing to do in the car as well, because I don't have to look at what I'm doing. It's just stockinette stitch in the round. Very easy. Oh, I completely forgot that I also had more scarves here. These are actually cotton scarf that I made for summer. I don't think I'm gonna take them with me because I don't know, they just don't make a lot of sense. They made a lot of sense in summer. I feel like filet crochet is really fun and it's very different and it's something that you don't really see in the stores that much. Like this year we've seen a lot of filet crochet bags, but I don't think I've ever seen a filet crochet scarf in a store. What's really fun about filet crochet is that it's really fast to make. These two they were made with a 3 millimeter crochet hook, but if you use a much bigger one, like if you use another kind of yarn and you use like a 5 or a 6 millimeter hook, you can have a scarf in like a few hours and it's also very easy to make. I'm not taking them with me, but I love them very much. Let's do the rest of the accessories and then I'll do the sweaters and tops and everything. These are probably the first mittens that I made. Again, this is a petite knit design. I remember that I bought the pattern where you have the mittens and the scarf and I made both of them, and the scarf actually took me a very long time to make. Oh yeah, I the scarf I gave it to my grandma as a gift. I kept the mittens because my grandma she does not wear mittens. I don't think I wore them that much. I feel like I like this hand a lot and I don't like this hand that much. So maybe I could just read. I actually like it now. I was almost ready to give them. I might give them to someone if someone really likes them. I might give them to them. Taking them, checking if I like them when I'm in Norway, and deciding whether I want to keep them in Norway or take them back. That's the plan. Also, I need to deal with this. These ones, I think last year when I made them, I was so obsessed with them that I actually like even when it wasn't cold outside, I would wear them. Also, someone said to me that it looked like I was wearing socks on my hands, and it makes sense. That's something that I just can't unsee. But also, I think it's kind of cute, and it's kind of the idea of mittens anyway. So if you want mittens for Christmas, let me know. Like if you know me and you're my friend and I love you and you want mittens for Christmas, I will make them for you. The next and last one, I called them the midnight gloves or something like that. These are made with the same yarn that I used for my penny socks. Again, stripes. That's not very professional of me. I feel like I could make something like socks that would look like that. That would be extremely cool. Maybe for the penny socks or do another design. Maybe I could make my own. I could make my own. That would also look good as leg warmers. They're definitely coming with me. Should I do bags? This bag is probably the one that people around me talk the most about. This is the only bag that I ever knitted. I want to be better at putting zippers on my bags because I really love tiny bags like this one. But it's always an issue when you want to go out and you don't want to really pay attention to your bag. Like you want your stuff to be safe. My stuff is never safe with me. It was very fast to make. I think it took me 4 hours to make it, 3 4 hours, I don't know. I really want to make another one, but I haven't found a very interesting t-shirt yarn yet. I could make my own t-shirt yarn and make another bag with it. I want to buy less and less yarn and find a way to use more things that we already have, like old sheets, old clothes, old jeans, all of it. But anyway, I love, love, love this bag, and I'm taking it with me. Two other bags that I have are crochet bags. This one, I called it the mini bag. It was my favorite thing this summer. I made a bunch of them. I made a few for my friends. I love it, but I feel like the colors, the texture, everything is so, 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 so spring, summer. This one was made in cotton yarn, but you could make it with any kind of yarn and any hook that you want. I know that I'm going to find a way to have this pattern turned into something more wintry, if that's a word. This one is also crochet. It's tapestry crochet. I have a bucket hat with this design, like this flower design. I have to go get it. I made it at the end of summer, and I think it looks really good, but it's not really the kind of colors that I want to wear now. I want to make another one like this one. Maybe with the flowers, maybe not with the flowers, I don't know, but I want another bucket hat. I feel like I want a sweater also. I want to make a lot of things, okay? Every time I'm like, oh, I want to make this, but I could also make this. But if I make this, then I have to wait to make this one, and I really want to make the other one. And sometimes I'm just like, the bucket hat is not coming with me. And this bag, I don't know yet. There's something about this exact navy that I don't like. I love the flowers and I like the shape of the bag. There's something about this navy that makes me go, ooh, we're almost done. This is probably the piece of clothing that I like, that I made, that I wear the most. I made it last year. Last year I wore it all summer, and this year I did the same. It's my favorite thing to wear when I go dancing, when I go like partying, because it feels like wearing absolutely nothing, and that's what I like. Sometimes you can see a little bit of my nipples, but I don't really care that much. I'm going to Paris right after, and in Paris it's gonna be my birthday, and I'm gonna be with my friends, and I'm gonna go out. So I'm taking it with me. The next one is camisole number 5 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. This is perfect for summer nights and also mid seasons. I might wear it in Paris with a jacket. Yeah, I'm taking it with me. The pattern was not complicated to understand. It's just that you had to follow all the instructions, because like every row every row was different, and you have to be very focused. But other than that, it was well explained, not hard to follow, just you just have to be there. When I finished it, because it took a long time, maybe like 40 or 50 hours, again, very small needles, I was obsessed with it. I was wearing it every time I had a chance to wear it. Definitely worth the struggle, the time. Sometimes you have patterns that a lot of people have made, and this is the case for this one. Like a lot of knitters have made this pattern. And I watched, because I knew that it was going to take me a very long time, I watched a bunch of videos of people like on YouTube. I wanted to make sure that it was going to be pretty. Everyone just made a beautiful one. Like the details, everything is just so well thought. This yarn is incredible also. This one is a special one because it's not something that I made. This is a top that I found at my parents' house. I'm not really sure, but I think this is a t-shirt sweater that someone made for me when I was young, because now it's it could be my great grandma, or it could be my stepmom's mom. It's extremely warm. It feels like it should be something that you wear when it's very cold outside, but at the same time, it doesn't have sleeves. This is not a top that you can dance with. I was just walking in the street and I was getting so warm. I I had to slow down. This is the only sweater vest that I have. I definitely want to make more sweater vests, but at the same time, it's not what I wear the most. I like to wear this one with a t-shirt underneath, like a kind of boyfriend t-shirt kind of thing. I used the pattern as a base. Then I changed a lot of things. It was a time when I was really obsessed with the sweater vests by a brand called La Fétiche. They have beautiful designs. I really like it. I think it's beautiful. I also feel like it needs to be um, shaved. I don't know how you call that. Like I need the yarn razor thing. It looks like it's been worn a bit too much, which it hasn't really been worn that much. I'm gonna take it to Norway just to have it checked and make it more beautiful. The next sweater that I have is one that I have a lot of mixed feelings about. It was my first sweater that I ever made. I was so proud when I made this one because I couldn't believe that I had actually made a sweater. What I don't like about it, and it's my fault, is that I went to a store and I bought yarn because I felt like I wanted something cream. I didn't check the yarn close to my face to see if it looked good on me, like the color. And I feel like it makes me look really bad. Sometimes I just want to wear it and then I put it on and I feel like I'm fucking ugly. They made the same kind of the same design as a t-shirt that I almost made this summer because I really like the design. Now they just released like the cardigan. That's probably the one thing that I want to make the most right now is this as a cardigan in a color that actually looks good on me. I might make it next week. That's probably what's gonna happen. This is the Aros. I don't know how to say that other than like I have to say that in a very French way because I have no idea how to say that other than Aros. So I'm gonna call that the Aros sweater. This is a pattern by Petite Knit again. I think it's very, very beautiful. This is such a beautiful work, like as a designer. All of the Aros sweaters that I've seen on Ravelry and on YouTube, they all look really good. I don't know why I do this. Like I haven't finished it. This is something that's probably gonna take me maybe 1 or 2 hours to make, and I've spent so long on this sweater. I spent a lot of time and a lot of money on it because also this is beautiful yarn. It doesn't make any sense, and I know it doesn't make any sense, and I know that I have to do it, and I know that I will do it, but the more I wait to do it, the more intimidated by it I am. I'm gonna take it to Norway and try to convince myself to finish it. Also, it matches my scrunchie. This is the same yarn and not the same stripes, but it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be cool. I like it. Another one that I wish I could wear. Everyone tells you like when you're making a granny square project, weave in your ends every time you finish one square, and I knew that. I knew that. I chose not to. I was like, oh, that's fine. I'm just gonna wait until the end because I don't know if I'm gonna like it anyway. This was the first crochet project that I ever did. I had granny squares laying on the floor for like weeks. And I ended up making, I don't even know how many, but I think it's more than 70 squares. That's when I really learned how to crochet, because if you make 70 granny squares, like you know how to crochet after this, at least the basic things that I still use today. And I was really excited when I finished it, and then I was like, look at all those ends. I wish I could take this one with me and maybe weave in some ends when I'm in the car, but I also feel like because I get car sick, I don't think it's a great idea. This one is the champagne cardigan. It was a time when I was really obsessed with pink, and I felt like this was the most beautiful pink that I had ever seen in my entire life. This is the Shocking Pink by Sundays Garn, by the way. I wasn't that good at picking up stitches at the time. I was learning a lot of stuff when I made this one. And it shows, like it's not perfect, and I feel like I could make another champagne cardigan today and it would be probably better, it would look better. I made a tiny version for my friend's niece. She was 3, almost 4. He wanted the exact same one that I have, so there's a kind of tiny version of this cardigan. And yeah, it was really, really cute. This one I'm taking with me.